Today's Spill the Tea video, we're going to discuss ain't-ish men. And the women who loved them, married them, dated them, procreated with them, divorced them, and everything else underneath the sun. If you're new to this channel, what it do? My name is Keisha, aka ColorMePynk, and I am here with a new behind the scenes tea video. Please make sure that you guys thumbs up this video. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notification bell button so you know when my videos drop. And if you are not a part of my Patreon group, please join. The link is down below in the description. Everything over there is ad-free and uncensored. So go ahead, join right now. The link is in the description box. First story today we're going to talk about is Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' philandering ex-husband. He had a lot of stuff to get off his chest, and he took some shots at Blac Chyna while saying his piece. Let's get into it.
All of you miserable and women on my page are going to be very mad. But for the smart people who understand the plight of, I'm not trying to play victim. Again, I take full accountability. A lot of y'all still don't know what's going on, and you still won't know what's going on. And as per the documentary that you just saw, which was whatever, I knew nothing about it, you still don't know what's going on. And guess what? There was nothing good that came out of that. Nothing good came out of the documentary. So I don't know what was this display for. All of the people that were involved, the celebrities, half of them were involved in enabling her. So Blac Chyna, you need to go sit down before I air you out and let people know what you really did. There's a lot, but I'm not here for that. Listen, you miserable women, please stay off my page. Just stay off my page. Pray for the people that's involved. Pray for my ex-wife. Pray for Wendy Williams. Hunter. Pray for Wendy Williams. Pray that for the family. Pray for everybody that's involved. And whatever I'm out here doing, and whatever people think I'm doing, guess what? If I don't go out here and do it, who the is going to? What we gonna do? We gonna just let everybody, whatever the display is, whoever's in charge, they clearly don't care. So, and I've been minding my business. I've been doing what I gotta do to make these announcements that I'm about to make to show that I am working hard. I'm gonna keep working. My legacy is not over. Whatever I have to do for the legacy, that still includes my entire family, is still not over. My son is looking. My daughter's looking. My lady is looking. Everybody's looking now. So at this point, you know, if you don't really care, if you still caught up on that geometry or that news about whatever, you don't really see what's going on here, the real plight, then okay. But please, I'm gonna ask you to please refrain, you women, refrain from my comments. Refrain, go get a life, go get a man, go get some peace, go do whatever you need to do. But please stop worrying about Kelvin. All of you miserable and women on my page.
Not my lady. The one you cheated on your wife with for years and had a baby with. You're part of the problem, sir. You're the biggest chunk of the problem of why Wendy is in the predicament that she's in right now. If you pay attention, when she left that man finally, that broke her. That broke her. She didn't want to leave him. If the news about old girl getting pregnant wouldn't have hit the blogs and the newspapers and all of that stuff, Wendy would have stayed with him. Because she already knew about old girl. She knew about it or whatever. But I think the baby was the last straw and disrespect for her. But you broke that woman. Wendy loved Kevin, whatever you want to call this man. She loved him. She loved their family. She loved the idea of whatever type of family they had. And when he went as far as to get that other girl pregnant, that did it. And that broke something with her and within her that has yet to heal to this day. She didn't want to leave that man. And if you pay attention, everything went downhill from there. That's when she started drinking heavily. You know, she was forgetting things live on air, all the burping and stuff that she was doing on air. You know, she was constantly sick. She'd be in, she'd be out. She went to rehab and all of these things. Like, you're the biggest problem, sir. While you telling everybody to mind their business and go get a man and go do this and go do that. How about you keep your Peter Weeder in your pants? How about that? Talking so your legacy ain't over. What legacy? What legacy do you have? You married a woman that had a legacy that let you tag along with her and eat off of her plate. You and your mistress and your other child. We don't get out of here. And then even with that little comment he made about Black China saying that she was an enabler, we believe it. She was on Schmugs too at the time, allegedly. But we all know they were probably doing it together. But she has since cleaned herself up, changed over her life. What did you do to help her? Besides hurt her, lie to her, cheat on her, spend her money on another woman. It was more than just a romantic relationship with her and Kelvin. Y'all had a business relationship. So when the romantic relationship went down the hill, the business relationship went downhill as well. Because how can I continue to work with you and I'm hurt by you? So I have to separate myself from you completely. And they were together for over 20 years. You spent half of your life with this person. He was not just her husband. That was her best friend, her business partner, her confidant, her support system, everything. And when she didn't have that anymore, she didn't know who she was as a person and how to survive on her own. That's what ended up happening with Wendy. And that's the sad part about it. I do believe that she is probably suffering from dementia. I didn't watch the documentary. I didn't want to see her in that light. I'm a huge Wendy Williams fan. I just wanted to remember her as she was. I'm praying for her, but it was just too much for me to even try to wrap my head around. I didn't want to see it. I just didn't. And I'm just praying for her and that this conservatorship can go back to her family, people that actually know her and love her, and not this rando person that is over her conservatorship. Like, that is just crazy to me. But in other ain't-ish man news, Brian McKnight is back in the blog, child. And I cannot believe we used to stand Brian McKnight and love his music. I can't even listen to "No, I never felt this way about loving." I will never be able to listen to that again because of you. You have ruined it for us. Just one, you're like a dream come true. 2, make me fall in love with you. 3, and it's plain to see you're the only one for me. And 4, like, you have ruined it for us with your idiotic ways. So last year, you know, he was in the news for disowning his children. He does not claim his children by his first wife anymore. He only claims the child that he has with his new wife and her kids by another man. Yeah, he has tried to erase his other kids out of his life, and he has said so many effed up and derogatory things about his children. And he hit the blogs again yesterday because he posted this picture of him, I guess, on his TikTok. So somebody wrote, "The ones that keep saying, what about his other children? Some families are pure evil and can blank, 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 blank." Somebody then wrote, "The same God that said, honor your father and mother, also said children are a gift from the Lord. They are reward from him, and train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is older, he will not depart from it. Your children are a reflection of the work and prayers and spirituality and moral compass that parents pour into kids. You disown kids that you created, and you are also against God, but judgment day is between you and your maker. So #carry on." Brian McKnight responded to the person and said, "God wasn't talking about children that are the product of sin, which these are. Number 2, I didn't raise them, their mother did. Number 3, know the whole story before quoting the Bible. 4, take your inaccurate negativity off my page and try being happy." First of all, now your older kids was made in sin. Whose fault is that? Yours. You're a part of it. And then you talking about they weren't raised by me, they was raised by their mother. That's another problem of why they probably turned out the way that they did, because they had an absentee father who wasn't there for them because he was too busy traipsing the world singing R&B slow songs. Sir, you played a part in the way that your children were raised and grew up. And now, because you don't want to take responsibility for the way that they have come out, you just wash your hands of them and disown them, and then start this new family, this light, bright family with this Puerto Rican Mexican child, and trying to just erase your black kids. And then you want to be the father to another woman's children, but you gonna have the nerve to disown the ones that are biologically yours? You're a sick human being. You really, truly are. There is something wrong with you. And, that person was right. You will meet your maker one day, my love. You will. You will. Ooh, these people are just disgusting people. They really honestly are. Like, how can you sit up there and disown something that you made, that you created? So, of course, his children got wind of it. One of his children said, the guy who forged signatures on our names is calling us evil for show. Then he said, I'm evil. That's wild. The guy who used to make me clean his used condoms out his bathroom at 15 before Lisa got home is calling me evil for show. Now, this is his son. That's some trifling mess there. Why would you even involve your child in something like that? You cheating on your new chick, and then you have your son running behind you to clean up your mess so she can't find out. So you're teaching your son that I can be a ain't-ish absentee father who let your mother raise you. And then when I do have you, I'm teaching you that it's okay to lie, to manipulate, to cheat on a woman, to treat her less than, like she's nothing, to be careless with your body. Woo! Brian McKnight's ex-wife also got wind of this. Her name is Nico. And this is what she had to say regarding what her ex said about their children.
You know how I strive to live within a space of positivity. I try daily to make a conscious effort to remain in that space, because outside of that isn't a happy place to be. Physically, mentally, spiritually, it's better for me to be in a space where I make sure that the joy is what's around me, because I have so much to be thankful for, so many things that I'm grateful for. And I know the way the devil works, and I know that in those times where blessings are bountiful, he likes to creep in, and he likes to use things that he feels will touch parts of you to bring you out of a space where your energy is brought to a lower vibration, lower level, because then you're no longer able to continue on a path where you are okay. That day and that time and that moment and in those seconds, it will and has been and will forever be in reference to my children. As I'm sure most mamas are, as I'm sure most daddies are. And at some point, it's just enough. It's just enough. And it has to be clear that, and hopefully it can help some other folk who might be dealing with situations where there's a constant gnaw of ridiculousness that's trying to get its way, almost like a rat that knows there's food on the other side that will nourish every part of them because they're not getting it. And with this situation, it's attention. So that rat just keeps digging and it keeps digging, and it chews through wires and it chews through holes in any way it can find an end to hopefully get into your space, snatch everything so you can go running through the house and try to hit it with a broom. That's what their intent is. I want you, just as I daily am trying my best to do, is to find those spaces where you don't allow that into your space. And I know there's some that's going to say, well, you're addressing it now. Why? Because he said something about you. The things that have been said about me, you would not believe. The things that could be said. The point of it is nothing. I don't want to draw attention to anything. And if I ever do, it is only to help if there's someone who's in a situation who feels like they're being just pushed, prodded, probed. This is that type of situation where everything, of course, in me wants to run amok through every street in this city and that city and the other city, and that would do what? The point at the end of every negative situation, whether it's an illness, whether it's a fool that you have to deal with because they keep entering your life when you are no longer giving any more energy to it. It's to only keep you down to where they thought they had you because they knew that they were the author of an extremely abusive situation, emotionally, mentally. And they're no good at not being the center of that attention anymore. So when everybody pulls that away, it's like a kid who throws a tantrum. I'm going to do more. I'm going to raise up. My voice is going to get louder until I end up on the ground kicking and screaming. And then I'm going to show you that, I got you. No. You continue to stay in that space that keeps you cool. And I'm telling you this from experience because this is a time where I do understand that things can hit here. And at this point, on a day like today, it's here. So it's beneficial to kind of bring it in a space that makes sense again.
She spoke a word. She spoke truth. Because when you got peace in your life, you ain't trying to let nobody come and disturb you with their foolishness and their mess. And that's exactly what he is. And I agree. He is a bitter man. It seems like he's mad. Because she seems like a very intelligent woman, a very centered woman, thoughtful woman. She seems like she was a great mom. She seems like she has a lovely spirit. And it seems like he's one of those people, like she said, that is mad that she ain't giving him the time of day no more. He probably mad. I wonder, did she leave him? I wonder, did she finally get tired and leave him? And he probably never thought she would. So in his mind, how I'm going to hurt you is I'm going to disown our kids. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. You don't want to have nothing to do with me. I don't want to have nothing to do with our kids. That's the type of man that he seemed like he is. And that heifer that's laying down with him, married to him now, and gave him a child, for you to lay down next to a man who would treat his kids like this says a lot about you. You ain't neither. And don't be surprised when he disown yours. Because nobody's winning in this situation. Everybody's losing. Everybody. But the biggest loser is that fool. And the spanking he got coming from God. Woo, Jesus. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near it or around it. Because I wouldn't want none of it to come on over here. Okay? I pray for his children and their mental health. I pray that they have some type of closure. I pray that they seek counseling to deal with this, because I know that it has to hurt so immensely to have a father that speaks so negatively about you and treats you like you don't exist and say that you were made out of sin. I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's talk about it. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.